It is now, what's today? Friday. I've been down for the count with COVID for the past 4 days, ever since Monday. Feeling better today, gonna try and get some stuff done. Macy has this rug that we've had for like 3 years. She knew it was gonna be part of the bedroom, and she also found a matching rug for the closet. I don't know if we're gonna keep that one or not. It's kind of small for the area. She's gonna decide that. She's also doing wallpaper on the interior trim parts of these doors. We're gonna put trim on the outside, and then there's gonna be barn doors that go across here. So she's already got the wallpaper put on. So you won't really be able to see that unless you're like inside the door. And yeah, we got baseboards to install now. So we have baseboards, the bottom foot on the cabinet, and then the little toe nose for the bottom of the closets. And then new toilet and barn doors and the trim for the doors. So basically just a bunch of finished carpentry. So we're gonna get started working, and hopefully I don't run out of breath and die. We're gonna start putting in the little toe kicks that go in front of this piece up under the cabinets. We're just gonna glue it on with liquid nails because we don't have a way to get behind it, and we don't want to put fasteners through the face. We had to rip cut this piece down by about 1/4 inch and cut off 2 or 3 inches off of it. Take any deleterious materials in between the mating surfaces here. The mating surface. One and only tube of liquid nails was rock solid. It had some sort of perforation on the back end here, and yep, that is just a big old, there's a log of liquid nails. A liquid log, if you will. Macy's gonna go to Lowe's and get more liquid nails while I do some baseboard work. How stupid does a manufacturer have to be to put a sticker like this, a shitty sticker that doesn't want to peel off, on the outward facing part of a building material? This is going to be the part everybody sees. Why would you put the sticker on here and not on the back? That makes no sense to me. And if you're going to put a sticker on here, make it a premium sticker, one of those vinyl ones that'll peel off real easy. Now this paperback shit. My wife's a brave woman and let me do this right after being sick, because my mind has not worked since Monday, I swear. I had like 101-degree fever for like 2 days, and I couldn't think at all. Thinking made me sweaty. So, yeah. We bought these baseboards to match the floors, so we're not going to paint them, obviously, because they're pre-finished to match the floor color. It's like a dusk cherry or something like that. But we did buy some wood filler, and Macy's trying to mix up some sort of match because they didn't sell a specific matching wood filler for like any gaps or anything. But we want to be able to cover the nail holes, the joints, and then the corners where they're never going to match up exactly. I'm going to try and get them as close as possible, but we need something to be able to put in them. If you hate it, tell me now and I can change course. we're contemplating what to do in this door area now. Just spitballing ideas, which is kind of how we planned this whole thing. I don't know if you could hear it, but Macy said if we ever open up our own construction remodeling company, our motto is going to be don't look too close. Which I think is a lot of construction companies' mottos, honestly, but yeah, it applies. I get it. If you're wondering how the COVID kid is doing, I am sweating much harder than a man who's working not as hard as I am in very cool AC should be. Whew. And it is somewhat hard to breathe. But Macy's interrupting me filming some video. She don't know how I be. You can just take that out there too. Those are broken pieces. We're cleaning up a little bit in here. Yeah, take that out. We're cleaning up a little bit so that I can get to working on this back wall here. What we decided here was we were going to wrap the baseboard, have the trim. There's going to be, like we said, a barn door here. So Macy wanted this wallpaper like on the inside. Not my favorite personally, but she likes it. And we got the baseboard wrapping, trim going up. Trim will go all the way around, this real thin trim. And then the baseboard will wrap this too. And then we still got to buy the barn doors and then get them hung. Hopefully we'll do that relatively soon. I really want to get moved back here. It'd be real nice to be able to have this old mini split turned down nice and cool instead of having to pay to cool the whole house off. Because there's one thing my wife and I agree on, is that we're going to be comfortable in our own dang house. I don't care what the power bill is. We're going to be comfortable. I'm gonna go ahead and put this little nose piece in front of the closet here because we obviously can't do baseboard in front of this. I don't know if nose piece is the right thing to call it. It was just given to us by the guys that put in the floor, and he had an extra piece of it, so I'm gonna try and get it cut down to size, and then I got to cut little notches in it for these juts right here, and then just tack it on with finish nails. Finish nails. That's all we're gonna do today. We got baseboards installed, except for that corner in here. Trim around that door. One of the little nose things on the closet there. We're gonna do more tomorrow. We got to go to Lowe's and get some more stuff. It's kind of late in the day. Didn't get started till later because I was still kind of resting up. It's like 6, so we're gonna go eat some food and then do this some more tomorrow. Back at it again on Saturday. Little carrot Jean is here to help us out. Today we're gonna be working on the same stuff, doing more baseboards, trim, finished materials. That's finished carpentry. That's really all we're doing. Macy got a toilet ordered because we're gonna replace that one. I think we're gonna get started in the closet, right? Started in the closet. We have now also been joined by Mr. Good Boy Pants, also known as Bubs. Real name CJ. He's doing a thorough sniff inspection of the area, while Carrot Jean is very carefully, cautiously curious, sniff inspecting the area as well. We're gonna start with this little part here. I can't do the corner over here because Macy's got to put wallpaper up there and she ran out of it. But we're gonna do here, wrap around so we can put the trim on this door. And then we're gonna do more, basically finish out the closet, do the nose in front of the closet, shelves here, and then do the baseboard. We just bought regular white baseboard instead of the floor matching stuff for the back because you're not gonna be able to really see it anyway, and it was cheaper. So one of the nails I was firing careened off of something inside this wall, probably a fastener in there, and busted out here through the wallpaper. So we're gonna have to put a little patch over there, and I gotta find my angle cutters, which is what I've been looking for. Can't find them anywhere because I'm a disorganized mess. To snip this off and then put that back on there. I gotta pause on this because Macy's gotta fix this wallpaper thing up here. So I'm gonna start working inside the closet now. New angles as provided by the closet system. One signature part of Don't Look Too Close construction is that Macy and I always get a little overzealous putting stuff in place before it really needs to be. So we have this portable closet thing that we've used in the past before we had this set up, that I'm gonna move all this stuff from the bottom rack onto so I can get down there to do the baseboards. So for this back here, like I said, we just bought white trim from Lowe's. It's literally just square, no design on it. Nobody's ever gonna see back here. So I'm not even gonna miter the corners. I'm just gonna butt it right up and then butt the pieces on the side. And then we'll just caulk this little gap right here. It's got that installed back there. Like I said, we're gonna caulk that and that. We're gonna throw some caulk down here too, and a couple of these gaps. We're gonna trim out the inside of this once Macy fixes that wallpaper. Speak the devil. You're not the devil, I love you. And then we gotta do the bathroom, that's it. We found a wild maester in her natural habitat. Hanging wallpaper. What? She sings a mating call. Be careful not to spook her. All right, now I'm gonna trim out the inside of this. It's gonna be, that is a crooked ass camera. All right, I'm gonna hang the trim on the inside of here. This is the last thing we gotta do this closet, isn't it? Closet is officially done once we hang this trim up in here. Well, the door. That doesn't count. That's the bedroom. That doesn't count as the closet because that's outside. And again, these pieces are just unfinished trim pieces that Macy bought from Lowe's. And then she stained, what color did you stain these? She stained these with an early American stain. What's the manufacturer? The Minwax or whatever? Minwax Early American is the color.
The closet is done.
Seem excited.
The closet is done.
Maester's feeling a little sickly. She might have caught the COVID from me. She doesn't know yet. But yeah, the closet is finished. We're not putting clothes back up here yet because the caulk's wet down there. But everything's finished out. The trim is done. We do have to get this little piece out of the wall. The nail careened through the wall there. But other than that, she's done. We'll put the clothes back in here. We got most of our clothes in here at this point. There's still some out in the garage, and then a very small amount in our other closet and in my chest of drawers. Sweet! All right, back to doing other stuff. Don't know how well you're gonna be able to see this, but essentially there's a gap in the cabinet right here that we knew was gonna be there. They gave us some trim to cover it up. So I'm gonna take these cabinets out. I'm going to secure this 2x2, the side of the cabinet here through the cabinet wall. And then I'm going to rip cut a piece of this finish board and then liquid nails it to this 2x to kind of make it flush with this part right here. Gonna go ahead and slide the roller cabinets back in. That way I can get an exact measurement. Then I'll cut this piece down, and then I will put some liquid nails all along this, stick this to it, then figure out a way to clamp it on there. So the problem with the cuts not being straight, I'm not going to be able to use the fence on the table saw to measure my cut. I'm going to have to measure and then probably pop a chalk line on this because you can't see a pencil on it, and then freehand, you know, get it set on the line and then freehand it, either that or cut it with a circular saw. But honestly, I think freehanding it on the table saw will be easier, so that's what I'm going to do. So this is the face we're going to use. So we're going to make the cuts, or the measurements rather, off of here. So this will be 1 3/4 at the bottom, 2 5/16 at the top. We'll make a mark, and then we will connect them somehow. Left my tape measure inside. All right, got a tape measure, red Sharpie to put the marks on, and then chalk to see if that'll show up on here. Like I said, pencil doesn't really show up on it. All right, moment of truth. Time to see if it fits here. Like a glove. All right, so I'm gonna peel all the protective coating off this, and then I will put some liquid nails on the wood back there, press this into it, and hold it until I can either find something to clamp it with, or until the liquid nail sets enough that I can let go. Back from lunch, full of pizza, doing baseboards in here now. That's got 95% of the bathroom done. We have to wait until this dries so we can do the under part, because that has to move and it's kind of holding that on there. I glued down the stair nose for the transition here. All this trim got done, or baseboards rather. So we got to do the underside of that, one little piece of baseboard there once all this gets moved tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead, I was going to wait until we change the toilet, like just to have the toilet out of the way to do the baseboards behind here and then to finish out the trim, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now because I can get in there. It's just, it would have been more convenient when we got the new toilet, but we ordered the new toilet and it should be here on Thursday. Macy went with the black one, right? Black toilet, so we think that'll look good in the area. But going to get started finishing those baseboards and the trim around this door. That's gonna wrap us up for the day. It's only like 2:30, but I got a bunch of homework and an exam I gotta take tonight. We got all the baseboards and stuff in here, all the trim up. Got some stuff caulked. We got this piece that seals off. You know, there's a big gap here between the wall and the cabinet just because of the tolerance where we had to set the center cabinet first and build out, so there was a little bit of space here. We got this piece cut in and liquid nailed on. We're gonna wait for that to dry tomorrow. Then we have to put the piece that goes over this little cabinet kickboard here. We have to put the baseboard there. Change out the toilet when it comes in on Thursday, and then this room will be completely finished. I also had to touch up a piece of caulk right here, so we'll have to paint that again. All this doorway transition, all the baseboards, quarter round for the ceiling. Closet's completely done, besides obviously hanging the barn door, but I got all the clothes moved back in here because everything dried. But what do you think, Maester?
Looks good.
You happy? You don't seem happy.
My throat hurts.
She might have the vid. I might have given her the vid. But we'll be back tomorrow. Back again to finish out the bathroom and the bedroom back here. All right, gonna start out taking measurements down here. See how long this piece needs to be, and then hopefully it's a consistent height all the way across. I don't have to rip cut it diagonally like the other one, and I can actually use the fence on the saw this time. 105 and 1/8. 4 3/16. Really 4 1/4. It's a little tilty. We'll go 104 1/4 because nobody's gonna see that. Let's go cut some stuff. First thing I'm gonna do is grab the board and cut it to length. Consult my handy dandy scratch paper, 105 and 1/8. All right, now for the terrible part. Rip cut this bad boy. But the first thing I'm gonna do is actually peel off this protective layer because I don't want it running through the saw while I'm cutting it. I'm also going to enlist the help of my lovely assistant slash wife slash business partner. All right, let's see how far off we are. You gotta cut off 1/4 inch. Just trying to see if the fence is entirely square. Ideally, it would square itself when I clamp it, but can't always trust that. That looks about as good as we're gonna get. I just need you, actually be back here to start with, and just kind of walk with me, let me feed it. And then when we get to the point where I'm kind of like right here with the board right here, then go to the other side and just kind of help it through, all right? Say what? It's definitely helping the post-COVID cough. Bring it this way a little bit. All right. Cut is made. Time to dry fit. And then liquid nails this bad boy in place. I think she's gonna be good. I don't want to push it all the way in there because I'm scared I'm not gonna be able to get it back out. Wiping off the mating surface. Dropping my tape measure on our newly installed floors, as is customary. Now I shall put on a glove and smooth this stuff onto here. That'll be easier than using a shim like I've been doing. This is not working as well as I had hoped it would. All right, now to put this up and into place. Use something wide to smack it with. I could go get my kettlebells. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I'm gonna go get the kettlebells. Nothing like a quick set of farmer's carries to get the blood flowing. That normally has to dry for like 24 hours, so we'll just leave that in place there and get to doing some other stuff. Baseboards. And I'm gonna cut literally just these two baseboard parts just to line it up as best I can because I can't cut the other part because we have this little transition piece here, and that'll come up when the flooring gets extended out here. And then I'll go ahead and put the trim up on this door, and that will, aside from replacing the toilet that comes in later this week, have us completed back here so we can move in. Well, I always say that. Besides the doors, barn doors here, but we're not gonna be able to install a door here until we get part of the hallway done at least. So we're probably just gonna hang up like a curtain or something, or we might do like a temporary door of some sort over here. We'll figure something out. We're going to Lowe's and Home Goods. We gotta get another board because I screwed up that cut above the door. It happens. Screwed up enough stuff in this house that it really doesn't bother me anymore. We gotta return a rug, get another rug, so you gotta get some other stuff at Home Goods. I'm probably gonna buy a new pair of angle cutters at Lowe's because I can't find mine. I'm getting tired of looking for them. I'm sure they're here somewhere, but I don't know where. I'll find them eventually, and then I'll have 2 pair. I'm in passenger princess mode again. Macy is driving. Like always. We're going to Home Goods first. Luckily, Home Goods and Lowe's are right beside each other where we're at. So, get this rug returned.
It's a his and hers plaza.
His and hers plaza. Lots of food options. Well, some food options. Decent food options. Tell us your thoughts.
Pretty plain, but I also don't know if I want like a busy rug in the closet because it's the closet. Like,
we had to return the one we bought before because it was too big. It said it was 5 feet across, but it was actually more like 5'3" across, so it didn't fit.
and this one says it's 3'11", but when I measure, it's actually 4 feet. So, lesson here is measure your rugs.
Measure your rugs. Don't trust Home Goods rug measurements. Just toting the rug around. Macy's showing me some comforters now. Walking over to Lowe's just to get some outside exercise. Macy drove over. Walking through the plants. Nature. It's not even Halloween yet, and they got all the Christmas stuff out. And Macy's like, oh, we're so close to Christmas. And don't get me wrong, I like Christmas as much as the next guy, but it's a little early.
The Halloween section's still on.
They got the scaries. CJ would be so scared being here. Carrot would not even, she would like run and hide under a shelf or something. They didn't have any of the leveraged angle cutters that I was looking for. I'll order some or something. Got the things we needed at Lowe's besides the angle cutters. I gotta run by Aldi, which is also right beside here. Grab some groceries real quick, and then we'll go back home. We made it back. I'm not gonna do anything else today. It's already like 5:30. No, it's like 5. Just kidding. Got a late jump, didn't really do a ton of stuff today. But I'm feeling like crap still. So I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to hang that board up. I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow anyway. And we're not gonna clean out the closet. Or not the closet, the hallway. Back again for hopefully the last day of work in this video. I have to fix that thing that I didn't cut right the first time because we got another board, stained it and sealed it. Already moved everything out of here. Once I do that, we're gonna clean up in here and then start moving stuff in. Then I'm gonna show like some before and after, like the space, what it looks like. Super excited. Time to clean up a wee tiddly bit. Now I gotta install a toilet paper roll holder over here. Forgot about that. Trying to find a picture of the blocking that I put in because I can't seem to find it with the stud buddy here. I don't know if I put nails through it when I hung the drywall. Don't mind me, just doing what we men do best, sitting on the toilet, scrolling on the phone. Hey Mom, I'm good. Hey, do you have any pictures of the bathroom before I hung the drywall? I can't find the blocking for the toilet paper roll holder. I might not have put blocking. Maybe I goofed. So I can neither confirm nor deny whether I put any blocking in here. And I can't find it by tapping on it. I don't think I did, honestly. I think that was one thing that I overlooked. This thing came with some pretty good wall anchors. So I'm just gonna use that. And then hang it from a stud on one side. There's a stud right there. And then hang it right here and it'd be like here.
Not that high. Go look for our
Take a seat. So you want it here? I mean, it doesn't have to be that height, but you want it here?
That would be my preference, is to have it right there so I don't have to.
So like right here? I also got to hang the little thing for the mini split remote. That has got everything done in this bedroom. So we're gonna take the grand tour. I'm gonna try and show some pictures of what it looked like before, after I show all this. So there's the closet. It's crazy that we built every single piece of this. The bathroom. The toilet's getting changed out whenever the new one comes in. This is Macy's like get ready area. I have to put another one of those things to hold the temperature control over here, but I can't find it at the moment, so I just have that remote in the closet there. He's about to do a roll, do himself a dirt bath, or maybe just relax. Look a boy. There's his brother. Oh, oh, no roll. There goes a roll. That's a good brown. That's a good dirt bath. They literally make these little dirt holes all throughout the yard so they can just waller in them. But yeah. So that's everything. We're gonna start moving stuff in here. We got to get the doors to hang up, but we still have to buy those and measure for them. But we could do that, you know, once everything's already in here. Super excited about how it all turned out. And we'll have another video started soon, getting that hallway started. See you next time. I found the other thing.
Eating big time, ain't she pretty? Ain't she witty? Ain't she great?